All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our 2020 virtual premiere of our Stone Soup. Um, Typically, this is an event where we bring everyone in our community together, but as with everything, COVID has changed everything. So we are continuing to try to figure ways out as a community, how we continue to come together, how we preserve what we have as a community, and how we continue to build something better and bigger than we currently are. So thank you all for joining us tonight. We're about to share the video that really does premiere what Stone Soup looks like here in our community. Like I said, typically this is an event where we bring about 1,200 different elementary students from Alamosa Elementary together to contribute each of their individual pieces to what is Stone Soup. Unfortunately, this year we couldn't do it with all 1,200 students, but we were able to include every single one of our PALS children from Puente's PALS Children program, who are also, of course, are all students at Alamos Elementary. So as we continue tonight, we're excited to show you all what we have and what we've been able to do this year. And I do just want to say thank you, and we appreciate all of your patience as we figure all these technology pieces out. It is a whole brand new world for us. But we are about to share this wonderful video that was compiled by our own Teddy, who is one of our AmeriCorps members here with our community education program. So big shout out to him, and also all our PALS Children's Program. And then also just a special shout out to Mayor Ty Coleman and Rachel Cheslock, who are our readers this year. Typically, we have about 10 to 15 different folks that come and participate with this. But again, this year's a little different. So please enjoy this video that we have put together for you all that showcases what Stone Soup really is here in our community. And then afterwards, please stick around for a Q&A to talk about Veggie and what Veggie does here in our community. It's a really important program and a part of what La Puente does here. And so we're excited to share that. So enjoy this video. We're proud to share it. And here's Stone Soup.
I'm so glad I get an opportunity to sit here and read to you all today, and I'm really looking forward to it. Who knows what we're making today? What are we making? Stone soup. Awesome. And the name of the book is called Stone Soup, okay?
You get it. You pick it. You pick it. I'm a carrot. I am a carrot. I am a carrot.
Stone Soup! Never. There was once a comfortable little village nestled in the mountains. The people who lived there had more than enough to keep themselves content.
And one day, two travelers came along, and their coats were all tattered, and their hats were torn, and their dusty shoes had holes in their soles.
Hungry and tired, one of the travelers said to the other, "Surely someone could spare a bit of food."
Hold on, toiling on. You have a trial.
Hi, everybody. My name's Marlena Martinez.
I'm Trudy Kretzinger. I'm a farmer, and I love Stone Soup.
Hi, Marlena. What are you harvesting?
I'm harvesting potatoes, Jesse.
When everyone gives a little, everyone gets a little.
We should donate these veggies to Veggie Stone Soup.
Hooray! Veggies!
We said one of the travelers were hungry. Do you care? Will you share? Do you have any food? The woman squinted her eyes and tartly said, "No." and she quickly slammed the door shut.
You know, the thing about stone soup is that everybody puts in a little bit. You just put in what you have, and that's good for everybody.
They sat to rest beside a well. One traveler sighed and clutched his empty belly. He said, if there is really no food in this elegant little village, then the people who live here are in greater need than we are. We should make our magical soup. Oh, kind of like what you all are going to make today is a magical soup, right? Good deal.
What's happening over there? The townspeople said. We are making an unusual soup, said one of the travelers. It requires a special magic ingredient.
It will be nutritious, delicious, incredible, and edible, but it would taste better, he paused, if only we had a carrot.
The child timidly raised her hand and said, wait, I think I have maybe a small carrot. Well, go and get it, said the travelers.
The magical soup would taste even better if we had a potato, they added. A deep voice in the back of the crowd called out, I have a potato! Wonderful, shouted the traveler. Bring what you got. Put it in the pot. We're making stone soup!
One potato coming out.
And one by one, the voices announced, I'll bring the celery. I'll bring a pinch of pepper. I can bring a sprig of parsley. I have a tiny turnip. Food flew through the air with lots of splashes down into the growing soup. Soon, the huge pot was full and simmering, and a wonderful smell drifted through the air.
I'm gonna eat myself.
How was it?
Good.
To taste the soup and marveled at the flavor. It's amazing, said one woman. As the travelers left town, they said, if anyone ever wants to make this soup again, just remember the recipe. Bring what you got. Put it in the pot. We are making stone soup. Thank you all, too. Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you for strawberry soup.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming.
Wow, wasn't that such an amazing experience from Veggie and all of our community? It really shows that no matter what each of us has, that as long as each of us contributes our own small piece, we really can have enough to feed all of us, to ensure that each of us has enough. And that's why Stone Soup is part of La Puente's Hope Week. Oftentimes veggie doesn't seem like it's a natural connection to La Puente and the work that we do, but it really is invested in the truth of what La Puente is about, right? And that's community. Community can solve all the problems that exist in our world. Community together, we each have enough. And that's what we were able to illustrate in this wonderful event that we hold every single year. And that's also why we're excited to continue to share about veggie. So if folks have questions tonight that you'd like to ask via our different platforms, whether that via Zoom or Facebook Live, we have a number of our staff that are figuring out how to answer all those questions, and we'll relay those across the way. So answer those questions now. To let you know a little bit more about Veggie and how Veggie really connects to the heart of La Puente's mission, Veggie is part of our desire to really how we solve hunger. especially here in the United States, that we understand that hunger isn't necessarily a calorie issue. It really is a nutrition issue. You can have a bag of pork rinds and a Pepsi for breakfast, and you've had all the new calorie intake that you need for the day, but you haven't had any of the nutrition that you really need to make sure that you're survived and are healthy. So veggie is really about our understanding that and to ensure folks reach for those natural and healthy options, they need to have a deeper connection to their food. So that's what veggie is all about. It's about increasing that connection to where food comes from seed to harvest. We really do know and understand that the more that you understand your food and how you're connected to it, the more likely you are to reach for those good options like carrots and beets and potatoes and those other things that are non-processed foods that are rich and nutritious and wonderful for us to eat, but especially in our own customary lives here in the United States, we don't get enough of. So veggie is all about connecting ourselves back to where our food comes from, so we can address that nutrition issue that really is the root of hunger. So some of the ways that veggie really does work in our community, they work with our Alamosa Elementary School, and that's where you saw the majority of those vegetables harvested from. You also saw plenty of community members that harvested their own vegetables to provide for that this year. But at the end of the day, veggie works with about 1,200 students here in Alamosa to educate them about food, where it comes from. They each get to plant their own seeds. They each get to see those gardens grow at the Alamosa Elementary Garden, which is located right there on the campus. And they also eventually each year typically get to harvest those vegetables and bring them back to the community via stone soup. Again, this year is a little different, but regardless, those food that was grown this year in those gardens was gone back to those cafeterias and other ways that we help to alleviate hunger here in our community. Also, part of what veggie really does here in our community is also help that nutritional need of providing fresh produce. If any of you have ever gone to, I mean, you've all gone to the grocery store, right? And when we go to the grocery store, often the most expensive things for us are the healthiest things for us. Fresh produce, organic things, all those things that really do cost some money in the grocery store. We figured out ways through our San Luis Valley Food Bank Network to how to provide those things in a more cost-effective way. And a huge part of that is veggie. Veggie grows about 1,000 pounds of fresh produce that we're able to redistribute through our food bank network, and also the connections that we make through those gardens for the folks that help us, that are also help to be able to take that food home for themselves. So veggie really is integral to figuring out how we solve hunger in our own community. And then also what veggie does is not only do they educate students here in our own local community, they also work with 8 gardens around the San Luis Valley to encourage them to do their own community garden, where we know folks can grow vegetables and grow food and continue to do the work that we're doing. So hopefully we've generated some questions across some of our platforms tonight that we can answer here in a little second. But at the end of the day, we're just so excited about the work that veggie is doing here in our community about figuring out how we solve hunger and how we solve most of these root problems. And I really do believe that that secret ingredient is love and community. That's how we get to the root of these problems. Together, we really do have enough, and together we are stronger together. So I'm going to check in with my team real quickly here to see if we have some questions, and we're going to get back to you really fast. Well, we're still figuring out this whole technology piece. If you have questions that you want to leave in the comments, we're more than happy to answer those questions. But at the end of the day, thank you for being a part of our community and ensuring that we all have enough for each other. Stone Soup is a huge part of the way that we show that, and we build that into the youth of our community to show them that that is the future. especially in the times that we live in here in our community. I'm so proud that we really do understand that we are stronger together. So folks who are interested in learning more about veggie, please visit our website, lapuentehome.org/veggie. And also continue to seek out our websites and our social media to understand how you can contribute to the realities of homelessness, hunger, and poverty. We are the solution. So thank you for being a part of what we're doing tonight. Thank you for being part of the work that we continue to do. And we appreciate you. And as we continue to do this work, help us figure out these kinks. Zoom is a whole new platform to us, so are the rest of these lives. But it is always an adventure. We're just wanting to figure out new ways that we can connect to you all. So thank you again. Reach out to us. My email is always community.edu@lapuente.net. And I really live to inspire my community compassion. So again, thank you all for joining us tonight, and we appreciate you. And we will see you tomorrow to make sure that you sign up for our next live event, which is at lapuentehome.org/virtual shelter. We're going to answer questions about the shelter. So make sure you register for that event and submit your questions so we can have a full field of questions to answer for you, as well as a beautiful video that we've put together by our own Teddy. So again, thank you for being part of our Hope Week. This is how we educate our community about how we solve these issues of homelessness and poverty in our community. And the truth is, again, we are the solution. So thank you, and we hope you have a good night. Good night.